Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review and episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4, Episode 12. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. And if you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. The truth is, I'm tired. Okay? I'm very tired of this same repetitive bullshit. Okay? The only thing new is Tiffany trying to find her father. Tisha, if you say destroy my marriage one more time, I'm going to scream. Marcel, you cheated. Okay? Kiki, you're wrong. Okay? You shouldn't have went over there with Mel and said nothing. At the end of the day, y'all a family. Whatever it is that y'all told Mel and Martell 6 years ago about Kiki, please do show and tell or shut the hell up, because I'm getting sick of sitting here trying to figure out what it is. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all saying a lot and y'all ain't saying nothing. Kimmy, you ain't fooling me. Destiny, girl, at least you showed up this episode. And Miss Wanda, of all people, for you to be the voice of reason. Oh, I'm just sick of it. Child, let's get into this episode if we're going to get into it, honey, because my nerves are bad. When the episode first opens up, they're still at the event, chowing down on everything but the kitchen sink baked potatoes. And Kiki comes in dressed in all black like the Omen. So her and Tisha, they exchange pleasantries. Now, mind you, when Kiki first sits down, everything is cool. Hey girl, oh hey, I ain't seen you in a while, girl. I ain't seen you in a while either. So her and Tisha do that. And after they do that, Kiki was like, yeah, girl, I was trying to call you. Tisha was like, you called me? She said, yeah, I called you and you didn't answer. Here go Tisha. How you know? She knows you didn't answer because she called you. Girl gone. So Tisha's like, I'm not talking to you right now anyway. So all of a sudden, things changed real quick. So Kiki looking at her like, why you not talking to me? Now, Kiki, you ain't no fool, okay? You know exactly why she got an attitude. So Tisha was like, yeah, things have changed between us. Oh, okay, so basically, you just admitted that you ignored her phone call. Honey, as you should. Moving forward. So Kiki was like, well, why? So Tisha said, well, you made it that way by joining in the mess over at that pajama party. And you should have just said, I'm not discussing it since my cousin isn't here to defend herself. So Kiki said, well, Tisha, you shouldn't have allowed Marsau to bring all my business out to everybody and their mama around the kitchen table. So Tisha's like, what he brought out? Girl, you know exactly what he brought out. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what is getting on my nerves. Y'all are talking in circles, acting dumb. Kiki, you acting like you didn't know what you did. Take some accountability. Tisha, you and Marcel acting like y'all don't know what y'all did. Whatever business y'all told of hers, take some accountability. Stop. What? What you mean? What you mean? When I tell y'all I'm so serious, child, I just really want to scrap this whole season and just move on about my life on Saturday nights and wait on the pank to open. Oh, child, this is just too much. So Tisha is like, so what they bring out? So Kiki is like, you know what he brought out? Well, we don't know. So if y'all ain't gonna tell us, shut it up. Okay? Because I'm tired of this at this point. It's boring, honey. It's giving sleepy time. It's giving snooze fest. Kiki, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take some accountability for what you did and the fact that you went somewhere and uttered some words about your family that you should not have. I don't care, girl. It was 6 years ago. The girl said she apologized to you and you said you accepted. Now here you are spitting the block one time for the one time because you on this show. You're wrong. Okay? That has yet to be done. You keep talking in circles because you know you can do some real quick footwork with the words when it comes to Tisha. And that's what Kiki is doing. And it's getting on my nervous system. Okay? You need to take some accountability. Tisha, take accountability for your actions and move on. Okay? Ain't nobody trying to destroy your marriage. Y'all are getting on my nervous system, child. Ugh. So Tisha addresses the table by telling them that Kiki is trying to get back at her by teaming up with Mel while she's not there. I don't think she was teaming up with Mel, okay? I don't think she was teaming up with her. She just wasn't thinking. Like when she spoke on a situation about you, she should not have. She should have just been quiet. They baited her and she took the bait. That's basically what happened. But she didn't go there with the intent to out you and your cheating husband. I mean, allegedly. Kiki was like, well, that's not true. So Tisha said, I don't operate like that, so I'm done. So Kiki is going on and on and on, repeating the same things that we've already heard. And Marsau admits it was him that told Mel and Martell her business. Okay, now that we know that it is Marsau, will the two of you continue to argue in a circle, or will you move forward? Allow me to do it for you. Moving forward. So then Marsau goes, but the truth is, just because it's your business doesn't mean it's your personal business. I said, well, nah. Marsau, you've been talking in riddle so long, you don't even know what the hell you even saying. What are you talking about? If the business is about me, it's my personal business. Whose business is it? See, this is what I'm saying. You see how he's trying to confuse you with that Jedi mind trick type of bullshit, okay? He's confusing you with the words of it all. But baby, he ain't fooling me. So Kiki is confused. She's like, what? So how is it not my business? So then Bernard pipes up. Bernard, Marsau has had enough of Wanda's show enough family, and he can't take it no more. So you might want to pipe down and you might want to sit back. So Kiki was like, every time we settle it, Tisha does something to stir it back up. Kiki, please. Tisha did not do anything to provoke you into being messy in her absence. So you can really cut that out. You just do not want to admit that you are wrong. And okay. So Tisha said, I've been a friend to you. You were like my sister. So you know what? Thank you for going behind my back and lying. So Kiki said, thank you for telling your husband my business. Well, my grandma did used to always tell me, if you tell a woman with a spouse your business, just assume the next time you see her man, she told him. Moving forward. So they getting hype, honey. They hollering and whatnot. The family is trying to pull them apart and calm them down. So Marsau jumps in and Kiki tells him to fuck up after the stunt that he pulled. So Miss Wanda and her chef hat, they step in. They try to figure out what's all happening and why y'all fussing and fighting up in here. So she was like, Kiki brought the drama to my event and I don't appreciate that. Miss Wanda, I know you ain't talking about bringing the drama to your event when you sashayed in sideways with your hair laid, fried, dyed, and laid to the side, talking about just with the shoes in the box. Girl gone. Not to mention the fact of you acting a fool at Jalen's graduation party. Anyway, Miss Wanda. So Bernard is like, yeah, it's all Marsau. That's who it is. It's all his fault. So Miss Wanda is telling him to up, okay? Bernard. Everybody in this family has now told you to shut the hell up. So just shut it up, honey. Just be quiet. So Miss Wanda's like, what y'all not going to do is over-talk each other. If y'all don't stop, I'm going to shut this whole thing down. Child, I'm so lost. How Miss Wanda step in as the voice of reason when everywhere she goes, she leaves a trail of rubble behind? Honey, I'm just not understanding this. People don't listen to people that aren't an example. I'm not about to listen to you. So Kiki is like, how you feel if somebody telling your personal business? Well, Marsau said that that's not your business. Even though it's yours, it's not actually yours. Child, this is crazy. So Marsau said, well, the whole city of Huntsville knew, so it wasn't personal. And again, if they knew, please tell us or shut up about it. So then Kiki's sister gets up, one of the twins, and she's like, you're causing more friction, Marsau. You're causing more friction. So Tisha was like, no, it's Kiki causing friction, saying that she had a conversation with me about Marsau cheating, and we ain't never had no conversation. She's lying. Well, baby, what she say that for? Kiki got 38 hot. She was like, bitch, you better think. Oh, now she better think. So Tisha doubles down. And Kiki said, I never said that, but I will. So Tisha said, do it. Oh, girl, not you calling her bluff. So then the cousin in the back trying to hold Kiki back from saying it. She's like, nah, don't say it, girl. We ain't got the check yet. Okay? Because she trying to salvage Miss Wanda's food truck and she ain't fooling me. So Kiki is like, well, Marsau, and she about to say it, honey. So she over there telling her to do it. Tisha steady saying, do it. If you got something, bring it to the table. Do whatever you want to do. So then Marsau pipes up. He's like, whatever you got, just bring it out. I'm like, oh, honey, you can awfully angry, okay? I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, honey, and people don't usually get this hype if they ain't got nothing to hide. Quite frankly, Kiki must have something on Marsau. Child, this whole family got secrets on each other. So Marsau is threatening to F everybody up. He was like, I'll burn this whole place down. If I gotta go, everybody going down with me. He was like, put it all out there. So Kiki's husband steps in like, is this the type of man that you are? Is this really what you want to do? So this is what I got from this. Marsau shut Kiki the hell up because he does not want her to reveal to the world that he has cheated. Tisha knows that Marcel has done some things that he is not supposed to do. You cannot make me believe after 16 years and all of this that's being said that Marcel never did anything questionable. Him and Tisha have probably sat down, talked about it, and he confused her into forgiving him. Do I think she has had a conversation with Kiki about it? Absolutely. Kiki's husband stepped in because whatever it is that Kiki was doing, honey, I don't know if she was a kleptomaniac. It can't be about no damn bed bugs. It just can't be. Whatever it was that Kiki had 5 or 6 years ago that was hindering her relationships, that husband does not want Marcel to say it. So basically, Marcel was like, you said, I'm going to say it. On the count of 3, let's say it together. And I'm just going to say this yet again. All y'all are getting on my nervous system. Moving forward. So Marcel walks up to Kiki's husband talking about, it was brought to y'all maliciously. Child, not maliciously. Child, oh, you've been hanging with them so long, child. You ain't even saying words right, honey. It's maliciously. But y'all, let's continue. He feels like Mel used Kiki in this situation. Honey, I agree, she did. And I don't care what nobody say. She did use Kiki in this situation. And that's that on that. So Tisha starts getting emotional and she's like, you told me to watch out for the Holtz and then you team up with them. Now the whole time she's saying that, Kiki sitting back and ain't saying nothing. Kiki, let me find out. Child, none of y'all can be trusted. So she crying, her voice cracking. So Bernard is over there in between Marcel and Kiki's husband. Bernard, sit your $5 ass down before I make change. Shut up to Martin. I'm sick of this. Just stop it. Okay? Get away from everybody. Go. But you know what, Marcel? This is really all your fault. Okay? This is really all your fault. She wouldn't have to fight the world if you answered the questions the right way. If you would just answer the damn questions and shut all this down, then we wouldn't even have this. This is crazy. So Kiki is trying to explain that she was asked a question and she simply responded. Child, y'all fighting each other and Mel sitting at home, child. Moving forward. So Marcel tells Kiki that you were told that story for your reaction because, her and Tisha were into it and you fell for it. So then Miss Wanda jumps in and she's like, all right, I hear y'all, but I'm tired of it. All I want to know is, how was the food? Not you shutting down the situation of somebody calling Marcel out. You ain't never did that. See, if this was under normal circumstances and you didn't need him to cut a check, you would definitely have let this go on. But because Marcel is going to be your financial backing, all of a sudden it's like, well, y'all stop. No, don't do it. Child. Miss Wanda had the most sense the whole scene, honey, and that's saying a lot. And this was the buildup of the blow up we were waiting for. All these episodes. Child, y'all didn't do nothing but repeat the same old stuff. We got no answers about anything. Ugh. Waste of time. In the next scene, Destiny finally gets a call time. Hey, girl. So Kimmy is going over to check on her and they have a drink and Destiny is filling her in on how things are going for her at Madani. And she was saying things are looking good. They're on the up and up. So then Kimmy brings up the tension between Destiny and Stormy. And Destiny said, I really liked Stormy. And I just didn't understand what was happening. She's like, she invited me and my dad to her home to go fishing and everything. So I was just confused. So she asked Kimmy, she was like, what did you feel like I did wrong? Because nobody was not at fault that night. Both of us were in the wrong. So Kimmy brings up the sweetie thing. And she said, well, I said to Stormy that she could have given you a measure of grace. That's what I said to her. Now, I don't remember that, but I guess they must have edited it out, child. I don't know. So Destiny doesn't feel like Sweetie was condescending. I'm going to say this again. If me and you are into it and we're talking, I don't want you calling me Sweetie. I just don't. That is my own personal preference. For me, that is condescending. So no, even if it's not condescending to you in the moment, it can be seen that way. So don't call me Sweetie, hun, boo. Don't call me none of that. Don't give me no terms of endearment, honey, because we ain't endearing right now. So Destiny said, I'm just used to that word and I've used it with her before and it was fine. It wasn't an issue. It's a Southern thing. No, ma'am. Don't try it. Just because we're from the South does not mean that we walk around calling everybody Sweetie, because that's a lie. Okay? You know better than that. She didn't take it wrong the other times because y'all were in a good place. Destiny, quit acting crazy, child. So she was like, I really don't have the energy to be arguing with people that I don't know. So then Kimmy asked her if the other things that were going on in her life affected her behavior. She did say yes. She was like, okay, me uprooting my life, me getting married, me getting divorced, my career in shambles, having a baby, the panorama. And then with Mel, I felt like I was dealing with the loss of a friend. Now, I do appreciate the fact that she took some accountability. She said, you know what? My attitude did stink. Okay. But that was because everything was coming all at once. So I can admit that I was not in a good headspace when all this was happening. So Kimmy is like, no, don't say that. So you don't think it's a speed bump? Child, I don't even know what y'all arguing about at this point. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Child, you are barely on any episodes. Mel makes one appearance per episode. I don't even know what the two of you heifers are arguing about. So Destiny explains that she doesn't understand the speed bump. This is what she said in her confessional. She was like, I thought we were good, and then I found out that we weren't good after not being invited to her pajama party. I'm confused on that, because didn't y'all have the conversation where she had friends to make and people to fake, or whatever the hell it was? When y'all had that sit down, wasn't that before the pajama party, or was it after? Even if it was after, you knew there was some kind of tension because you and her met and she felt like you were talking to her enemy. The very first scene that you and Tisha shot together, you knew you and Mel were not on the up and up. So why are you confused as to why you were not invited to the pajama party? It's giving me confusion, child. Oh, honey. So Destiny said that basically her and Mel used to lean on each other because their divorces brought them closer. So not being that for each other anymore, it's a lot for her. And I feel like she really does want to be Mel's friend. And she is truly saddened that they aren't in that space anymore. But baby, we just got to move on. Okay, we just got to move on. Because I think people seem to forget about how last season transpired. I'm going to say this again. Destiny dropped everything to ride out with Mel when Mel felt uncomfortable at Jalen's graduation party. Everything. Destiny decided to go through a part of her divorce, quietly and by herself. They were leaning on each other. Then all of a sudden, she felt like her and Mel weren't talking as much as they used to. And those things affected her. So, there's that. And she's like, I'm just not going to take ownership for everything. I feel like she has to take some as well. Honey, I agree. Both parties played a part and both of you need to cop to your part. But it seems like you want to salvage the relationship, and I'm sure that you do, but I don't think that she does. Moving forward. Kimmy, I just want to ask you this. So you're the peacemaker this season? Kimmy, next season, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. You and Maurice going to have to clock in, honey, because you skating by mediating other people's drama. So we don't have to focus on yours and you ain't fooling me. In the next scene, we meet up with the uh-ohs. Hey, girl. And Tiffany stops by Lewis's gym and they have this cringe exchange. I'm like, what is going on? He was like, you looking good. She was like, nah, that's you. Nah, that's you. Okay, child. So she comes in and he asked her to fold t-shirts and she was like, what? No, I came to talk to you about something else. So she tells him about her emotions after coming home from Utah. She was thrown off that he didn't ask her about her trip. And he's like, well, now was a great time. Have a seat. Sir, hell no. You were at home with her, but now during filming, you're ready to talk? What if she didn't stop by? Then what? So she asked him why he didn't ask when she got home. And that's what I was wondering. He said, well, I wanted to give you your space. Let's just keep it real. You were upset. She went with Mel and didn't go with you. So you didn't ask, because if she wanted to talk about it, she needed to talk about it with Mel. And you're not fooling me. So Tiffany fills him in on what happened, and she feels like the people who are trying to help her could potentially get hurt, and she doesn't want to be the cause of that. And I was like, man, that is super heavy. But I am glad that she said she was not going to let that stop her from trying to find her biological dad. I just hope that when she does find him, that is everything that she thought that it was going to be. I'm just hoping. So Lewis asked how Mel was as a support system, and she said Destiny felt like Mel was a work friend, but she doesn't feel like that, especially after being invited to the PJ party. Honey, let's just keep it real, okay? You were invited as a castmate. I'm just saying. She did support you trying to locate your dad. I'm not going to take that from her. But it's giving coworker. Moving forward. So Lewis was like, well, despite what Hotel had to say about Mel, which nobody should listen to anything that Martell has to say about Melody, because we already know he can't stand her, child. He was like, I just really appreciate her being there for you. And it was very nice of her to be there for her. And she was actively involved in, the road trip down the street. So I can't take it from her. In the next scene, Hotel and his ankles go to see Mel 2.0. Baby. Hotel is showing a lot of skin today. Martell, you have this shirt unbuttoned to your navel. Child, you might as well have just went bare-chested. I'm like, what is happening? So they talking about the wine tasting in Atlanta, and she's going over what all is needed for the wine and when it's coming out and all this and all that. I want to know when it's coming out because I want to try it, and then I'm going to review it. So then they talk about the tutor and him taking the test, and she want him to build her house and have his name on the outside. And child, Martell ain't a bit more worried about no test than the man in the moon. In the next scene, Tisha and Marcel go for coffee, and they start talking about that monstrosity of a truck that Miss Wanda showed him. So he feels like Miss Wanda needs to stop going for the first thing that she sees, and he is not willing to put up that kind of money for that piece of junk. So then he switches gears to Kiki, and he said, she wasn't making no sense, and, she was just twisting things up. He said whatever it is Kiki was doing affected them, and I would be upset if somebody didn't warn me about what she had going on. And again, what does she have going on? So Tisha was like, well, I just cried because looking at Kiki, I just felt like, dang, you really don't like me. I felt like I was her enemy. Oh, Lord. Tisha, you done adopted the word enemy now? Girl, she said she looked at Kiki as a sister, and, for her to do that, it really hurt her. And I know that it had to hurt her, especially if somebody is telling you that I'm their enemy, and then you go and sit with them, and y'all talking about me, and you my family, and you were just defending me last season, which is why Kiki's timeline is not making any sense. Kiki is saying that 5 or 6 years ago, whatever happened. Okay, Tisha says she apologized. Then Kiki in turn right back around and says, you always doing something to mess it up. We ain't been on good terms in years. Which one is it? Girl, you forgot your lines from last season. Moving forward. So Marcel feels like it's okay for her to be hurt because, they're family. So Tisha was like, okay, so I'm just going to change my expectations of my relationships with people. That's what I'm going to do. So Marcel said, as far as Bernard is concerned, like, he was about to make me lose my mind. He is a male Wanda. Well, child, baby, that's the truth. So Tisha tells him, she was like, listen, I need something from you. When I ask you a serious question, I need a serious answer. Not gonna happen. And you know why it's not gonna happen? Because he doesn't take you seriously. If he took his marriage seriously, then he would answer you seriously when you seriously ask him the serious question. But it's a fool. Moving forward. He said, yeah, I do that, but just choose what you bring to me. He said, don't ask me things that I think are disrespectful. So basically, don't ask him if he's cheating. He don't want you to bring nothing to him quiet as it's kept. So she wants to know, well, what's disrespectful? So he brings up taking wine to Mel's house. He was like, I found that disrespectful of my character because I don't even know where she lives, first of all. And I have never delivered any wine to anybody personally under any circumstance. Okay, this is all you had to say. This is all you had to say. So then he made some dumb analogy about the kids. Child, he's so full of it. A master manipulator, child. I don't give a damn what is happening in their marriage anymore. I don't give a damn. I don't care anymore. I don't care. In the next scene, Mel goes for brunch with Kimmy. Let me just say this. Everybody's wigs were so nice this episode, with the exception of the wig Tisha was wearing over at that event. Child, that was a fool. But everybody just looks so refreshed and cute. So Mel goes for brunch with Kimmy, and she's still on a mission to try to get her and Destiny back on point. Kimmy, that never works. Just stay out of it. Because then it's going to seem like you will go in between. Like you toting messages and being the bone collector and getting messy. Just leave it alone. So they started talking about her going with Tiffany and how Kimmy thought that was really great. She was like, you know what else I thought was great? How you checked on Destiny during the Valentine's Day event when everything was popping off. And she was like, I'm wondering if y'all could ever get back to where y'all were, because clearly, there's still something there. They do clearly still care about each other, even though Mel trying to suppress it. Child. So Kimmy was like, was this is actually my friend kind of moment, or am I just imagining this? Like, what is happening? So child, Mel is sitting there staring straight through Kimmy, and she's like, why are you looking at me like that? Like, I don't like that look. Like, what is wrong? What is going on? So Mel explains that just because they aren't cool doesn't mean she wants to see Destiny acting a fool. So she checked on her to see if she was okay. So Kimmy was like, well, I just thought it spoke to the history of y'all's friendship. So Mel was like, no, it speaks to Mel's character. She's like, that's just like last year when her and Tiffany were into it and I was trying to help them. Mel, how many times, okay, ever since they said on their reunion that you are not a good friend, child, this is like your third or fourth time, honey, sitting around trying to let everybody know what kind of friend you are. It will speak for itself. You don't have to say it. At your event for your rebrand, you were like, I'm the type of friend and I'm the type of friend in here. No, that speaks to the kind of person that Mel is. Girl, why are you speaking about yourself in third person? Oh, child. So she was like, Mel was trying to calm things down. So Kimmy said, so does just Mel check on Destiny now? I thought that was so funny. So Mel was like, listen, the last conversation we had was after Valentine's Day. She reached out. We had a conversation. It didn't go well. Things were elevated. So we tabled it and then we never talked again. So I'm assuming everything is everything. So Kimmy is telling her that she was the village for Destiny. And Mel said, so she made it clear that she likes to go through a lot of things alone. Oh, child. Mel is still upset about not knowing that her divorce was finalized. That's what this is all about. Just say that you're hurt because she didn't tell you about her divorce being finalized and you didn't feel like y'all were as good of friends as you thought. Okay? And you miss your friendship. So I'm going to tell you straight up. You can get into it with whoever you going to get into it with. I ain't got nothing to say to you if I ain't got nothing to say to you. So it's clear that the two of you, there may be still something there. This is the thing. I feel like social media, the blogs, all these different videos, Team Mel, Team Destiny, Team Tisha, Marcel cheating. That's all you ever see all over YouTube. Honey, I don't engage, okay? Because I ain't got time. I don't care. Once I turn this episode off, I'm done. But I feel like with social media and everybody in the middle of it, that's what's making it bigger than it is. The two of you just need to talk to each other. If you want to be friends, that's cool. Be friends. Now, I ain't talking about Mel and Tisha, honey, because that ain't never going to happen. But as far as Destiny and Mel are concerned, what are y'all really arguing about? Because she was sitting with Tisha and you still ain't said what she said to Tisha. Why? Because she probably ain't say nothing. Child, anyway. So Kimmy is telling her that she was the village and whatnot. And Mel was in the confessional and she was like, I'm just so confused with this whole village thing because I told her at my release party that I would be her village. So I just don't understand. In the next scene, the men gather for a cheating excursion. Baby, they getting ready to let hotels set them up for the okie doke. But nah, seriously though, they're on their way to the wine tasting in Atlanta, honey. Trying to use the wine tasting. Okay. So Maurice said, Kimmy said to him, have fun. I'm going to enjoy my staycation. Here go Marceau lying through them invisible teeth. Yeah, Tisha said had the best time of my life. Lies. Honey, Tisha probably already down there watching. Okay, and she ain't fooling me. So they start making fun of infidelity and adultery. And Hotel is like, yeah, I'm single. I mean, I could do what I want. Y'all know when Martell was saying he was single, y'all know what I was thinking? I wonder how stupid that girl that he was cheating with feels. He left his wife and still ain't with you. Oh, child, irony is so ironic, honey. So anywho, he gives them the itinerary and then he's trying to brief Lewis. Listen, Lewis, okay? There will be no pillow talk. What happens in Atlanta stays in Atlanta, okay? Don't run it back to your wife. We're going to tell you ahead of time. Well, child, he want to be in with the in crowd, so y'all good this time, honey. He ain't going to say nothing. And that was the end of the episode. I have a headache. These episodes are not really doing it for me because y'all are just arguing about the same things and y'all are not giving us any information. We still don't know what you told about Kiki. Kiki's still not taking no accountability. It's just a fool. Y'all let me know what you thought about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.